I think that my higher power put all of those people, places, things in my path to make me who I am right now. So when I think about regret, I don't necessarily think about the things that I would change. I think about the things that I wish I would have embraced more, whether that was success, happiness, or pain. Leaning into those emotions and really allowing yourself to feel them only builds that much more character for me.
I'd like to raise this question, and you yourself said that it's time to stand up for who we are, and you came out. What was it for you that kind of made you feel enough is enough?
I feel like in the last 5 years, it's actually been something that people can truly be honest about. I was seeing someone and they were like, well, you know, I think it would mean a lot to young kids and your audience to know this fact about you and to be able to see someone representing the LGBTQ community working their butts off and having success in this industry. And it got me thinking. It wasn't like a right away, you know what, you're right. But like, right. You really started to get some gears turning. And then Haley Kiyoko approached me and asked me if I would do her music video with her. And I was like, yeah, actually, this is really cute. The minute I was able to kind of pinpoint these things within myself was the moment in which I was actually able to be honest with other people around me, right? You have to find the words inside of yourself in order to say them out loud. Yeah. And so when I finally found those words in like a public standpoint, in like a public moment, it really felt like it was just a great time to do it. I wasn't trying to make some sort of political stance. I wasn't trying to affect some crazy amount of social change by doing it. You know, it just felt like it was a piece of myself that I was ready and willing to share with people. But it was really great. The responses that I got from it were so loving and so supportive. And I'm one of the fortunate few who has had that experience when it comes to coming out. Like when I came out to my friends and family, they were like, yeah, we know. And I was like, okay. Okay. I was like, y'all couldn't have said nothing. They were like, yeah, we figured you would just tell us when you're ready. And I was like, okay, cool. And then when I came out publicly, everyone was just so loving and so supportive. I don't think that I would have had that opportunity 5 years ago. I don't think I would have had the same experience. So I feel really blessed to have had that this time.
That's fantastic. And just the inner strength. I mean, I think for women today, I used to always say, I love when we can talk in a group of guys and not have all the bitchiness go on. Today, I'm like, no, I love being the company of women where we can be bitchy, but we know we don't mean it anymore. I feel like the woman's got you.
I think also that was a false narrative that was fed to us. It was a fear that was implanted in us to keep us from actually communicating fully. Yeah. And I think that the patriarchy is very smart, and they've been doing it a very long time in order to keep us silent and oppressed and not communicating. We see it not only with women, but we see it with people of color. And now we're fighting against that. And we're saying, actually, we all do have something to say. And if we do come together and we do have these conversations and we work out our own problems and indifferences, we can then take that to the outside world and say, this is how you speak to me. This is how you treat me. This is what I want. This is what I deserve. And this is how you're going to give it to me. And with those 5 things, we have managed to curate an insane amount of social change in the last couple of years. There's still so much work to be done. There is still a wage gap. There is still sexism. There is still incredible racism, especially in my country right now. And I know that it is affecting the entire world, but what I can speak on is of my own experiences. And as a Black woman in America, there is a lot that needs to be done, not only for women, but also for people of color. But right now we're talking about it. Yeah. And we're having these conversations. And I think that that's the most important and beautiful part. Our kids, our descendants, the people we choose to raise, they are going to grow up in a world that actually communicates with itself. And I think that is so imperative for our human race to evolve. As we're creating that empathy, we're creating that understanding, we're building on that love, we're able to share it and spread it respectfully, and we're able to accept it as well, which I think is something that has been really hard for human beings. And I think we're just in a really beautiful time right now.
Do you feel the pressure of that a little bit? The voice that you have, does it make you nervous with all of the digital platforms that we have access to, the source of information that we've got access to today, how people don't know how to filter information correctly?
Don't get me started on the internet, honey. A lot of the time, the information that's out there online is not the real actual information. Those numbers are not real. And we're seeing how hurtful that can be. There are some really great sources out there that are dispersing real information. And it comes down to a lot of trust. We have to trust that the information that we're getting from our government and our local government are true. And we need to be able to have this trust. And that means we have to be able to elect politicians to which we trust. And that's why voting is so huge right now. But on your point of social media, it is not real, in my opinion. What Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, these are not real places. What's real is what's outside my front door right now. What's real is being able to go over to my mom's house. What's real is being able to sit with my friends and people that I respect and have real conversations. That to me is what's real. I do believe in community, and I have found so much community in my social media. Don't get me wrong. And I love being able to share information and talk about these things with people. But human touch, human vibration, sharing that within a room, that is real. With social media, you've got a faceless, nameless troll on your timeline all the time. And they're not real, because I promise you, if they met you in real life, they wouldn't act like that. So even who they are pretending to be online is not real. Right. So we have to understand that our information can be false. People can be false. Everything is a curated narrative. And so what is real and what is truth is what is right in front of us. And it's the people that we talk to. It's the people that we choose to listen to educate us. It's these people. It's outside, it's the breeze, it's the trees. To me, that's what's real. But information, social media, it is all a kerfuffle. I'm still trying to navigate it. And I'm a millennial, Right. So We'll see how the world turns. I hope it's easier for our babies.
You are passionate about so many amazing causes, so many amazing real situations, whether it's about women, children, whether it's about freedom, whether it's about voice. Tell me in your heart what is really kind of what strikes a chord, and in your words.
What I feel like I can have an opinion on is things that I personally experienced and things that I can personally relate to. That is issues that have to do with women. That is issues that have to do with people of color. And that's issues that have to do within the LGBTQ community. We were put on this earth to love each other. That's what I think the point of life is that we're put on this earth to love each other. We can post all this stuff online, but are you really going to get your butt out there and physically show them? And I try and have a level of activism in everything that I do, whether that be through representation or education. And I think that is the most fundamental way for me to express my idea of activism. Me occupying spaces that I wouldn't necessarily be allowed to occupy is a form of activism. It's showing a young girl that they could do something similar. And I'm able to do that through my work, and I'm able to do that utilizing my platform. That's all I have. I didn't go to college as a poli-sci major. I can't read a bill and be like, I know what that means. Right. Right. That language is just not something that I'm used to, but these are the things that I can personally do in my everyday life with all of the tools that I have. These are the things that I could possibly do to kind of move that needle forward.
What's the future for Alexandra Shipp? What are you putting out there that you're feeling that's where I want to go? Behind the camera, in front of the camera, both?
I'm going to be honest with you. I have not chosen a lane, and I don't think that I ever necessarily want to. I love acting. I've been making music since I was 12. I've been writing and playing guitar and piano, and it's something that I've always loved to do. And when I first moved to LA, I was not only auditioning in class, but also working at various different music studios. I've also been producing a number of television shows and independent films. I love working in fashion and modeling. I think that's really fun. I've really fallen in love with dance in a real way, especially through Tick Tick Boom. So like your girl's got some moves. I don't know. I can't pin anything down that I specifically want to do. And I think that in today's day and age, as a woman, I can do anything. I can do it all. And obviously allocate the right amount of time per thing, but I don't see myself slowing down or just focusing on one thing anytime soon. Hey everyone, my name is Alexandra Shipp and I am going to be on the cover of New York Moves magazine. Please check it out. I'm so excited to talk about all things with you and for you to see all the fun pictures, me being all modelly and such. It's going to be really cool, so check it out.